Hey people, it's Teo Gamer with a video message to Zenimax Studios Online about a problem they need to deal with in the Elder Scrolls Online. You here on YouTube can watch this video and listen to how I explain the situation to Zenimax, so that way, if you have a similar problem in another game, you at least have a guideline to go by to know how to take appropriate action in order to get the situation dealt with and the problem resolved. So that being said, Zenimax, this situation's a little intricate and there's a lot involved, so I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible, so please bear with me on that. And secondly, since this is happening to me now, I'm slightly heated with this, so you have to excuse the tone of my voice, but I've had enough of this. This has got to stop. And what the problem is, that there's a bunch of people now, which started off as a small group and picked people up along the way who's just joining the fray, who are using the game to do nothing but maliciously, relentlessly, and viciously berate people in this game. They're harassing them to the point where it's become a criminal act. Now, you can laugh if you want, but the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled cyber harassment, cyber stalking, and cyberbullying is illegal and has certain definitions and criteria which fits which these people are doing. For at least the past 2 weeks, I have watched these people relentlessly start problems with people for the sole purpose of harassing somebody. They're doing it to these people whether they're logged in or not. I've been in the game watching them. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, they just start trashing this person. Now, it doesn't matter whether somebody can place somebody on ignore. First of all, you can only place so many people on ignore. Once it's filled, you have to take people off your ignore list, and you can't ignore everybody. Secondly, the people know that the ignore system in this game is implemented piss poorly, because when somebody ignores somebody, now you can't respond to them, but can see every single thing that they're saying in the game. So these people know that and are using that to further antagonize the person they've ignored, because while you can ignore that one person, you're now getting it from 6 other people, and you can't ignore everybody, as I explained about the ignore list. Now, what's going on is, and how this situation is happening and how this is proven, is if you go back in the past 2 weeks, you will find that the same group of people are tied to how this problem starts every time, how it unfolds, and how it ends every single time. It's always the same. It always starts the same way, it always ends the same way, and it's always the same group of people. Now, they started attacking me in the same fashion they started attacking Zero Mystic, which is absolutely ridiculous, because if somebody's relentlessly bombarding me, I'm not going to ignore them. You can say whatever it is that you want, but I'm not going to sit here and let people do this, especially when no other social media tolerates this type of behavior. If they did in this game what they're doing on Twitter, they'd be banned. They did it on Facebook, they would probably have charges brought against them, because Facebook doesn't play like that. Now, if they did this in work, they'd be fired and brought up on charges. If they did this in school, they would be suspended, expelled, and or disciplinary action would be taken, and or, depending on their age, they would be brought up on charges. They did this in the street, they'd get their ass beat. The bottom line here is no other place tolerates this behavior. Why are they being allowed to do it in here? Now, what these people are doing in layman's terms is they will ask a question in chat for the sole purpose of getting somebody to reply to them. And the question seems innocent. And since all these people, there's no way to act, they don't know each other, they're just connected to this problem, it appears as though random people are reporting somebody. So what they do is they post a question that they know somebody's going to respond to, only to use the response as an argument. Now, whether it's taken into, when it's done in PM, that person then brings it out into the chat and involves everybody, and there's literally no reason at all anybody should be saying, I have this person on ignore. I've had them on ignore for 2 days. They've been doing this for days. That shit should not even be being said, and it actually violates the terms of service. If you go through all of these chats with anybody connected to the name Zero Mystic, you will find it's the same group of people pulling the same stunt over and over again, which is not a coincidence. The only way that can happen is if it's purposely being set up. You guys need to prevent these people from talking in the game, whether you ban them, suspend them, or revoke their chat privileges, because if I was a moderator in here, this wouldn't even be an issue. They would have been fucking yanked out of the game so quick, because it's just, in every game, nobody needs to be subjected to this. causing a completely unpleasant and unenjoyable social experience, which totally contradicts the game. If all anybody is doing is bashing anybody, that totally goes against the terms of service, and it's actually illegal because it's not only going on for as long as it's happened, but it's the extent that it's happening. Okay, I don't need to be seeing this in Cyrodiil. Nobody else needs to be seeing this. These people should not even be doing this in the game. Period. So you need to do something about this, because with all due respect, I'm gonna tell you straight up at the bat, I don't tolerate this type of crap. If they do to me what they did to this other person, you're gonna get a letter from my lawyer, because these people can't hide. This isn't some random forum or anything else. Their information will be subpoenaed. We'll take these pricks to court, and then on top of that, you guys might be liable for letting them do this after they've been reported, because I've reported these people, other people have reported these people, and people coming into the chat who don't know what's going on has reported these people, and yet they're still in the game. What they're doing is illegal, and this is going to end. So please deal with this appropriately the first time. Please do not let this come to a legal matter. Thank you.